Tonight on SmackDown, we've got a huge main event in the King of the Ring tournament. Seth Freakin Rollins and Randy Orton, also in first round action. LA Knight takes on Javon Evans. In the Queen of the Ring tournament, Giulia goes one-on-one with Alexa Bliss. And in our opening match, Rhea Ripley takes on Sol Ruca. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Thunder. Let's look at the up-to-date bracket in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Earlier this week on Nitro, Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan advanced to round 2, joining Tiffany Stratton and Becky Lynch. Here tonight, 2 more women will advance to round 2. And it'll begin here in our opening match. Rhea Ripley ready to go. Her opponent, Sol Ruca. Sol, still fairly new to the open mic universe, made her debut back at the Royal Rumble. And here tonight with a huge opportunity. But she may have a tough opponent to overcome here in Rhea Ripley, and Sol not looking like this moment is too big for her, as she has got the early advantage. Rhea down, Sol now kick to the back. And she goes up to the middle rope. Rhea getting back to her feet. Kicks Rhea back, and a big mistake there by Sol Ruca, and Rhea with an abdominal stretch. We saw Bianca Belair win her match via abdominal stretch, and Rhea does the same. You don't see the abdominal stretch often these days, but here we've seen it twice in the Queen of the Ring tournament in round 1. Rhea Ripley will face the winner of Alexa Bliss and Giulia. Next, we've got our first King of the Ring first round match of the night. Out first, the young OG, Javon Evans. Javon will have a tall task here tonight as he takes on the WCW television champion, LA Knight. Let's look at the updated King of the Ring brackets. Penta and Rusev moving on to round 2 earlier this week on Nitro, and they join Gunther. We all know Gunther with a bye into the Final 4. LA Knight or Javon Evans will join them. Much like Sol Ruca, Javon Evans, one of the youngest members of the WCW roster, but this is a huge opportunity here tonight. Like I mentioned, we are going through the bracket. Penta and Rusev moving on. Penta defeating Jimmy Uso. Rusev, it's kind of an upset. Now, Rusev would say it wasn't an upset, but he defeated Damian Priest with the accolade, and then after the win, after the match, would apply another accolade to Priest. And gotta think, Rusev may have to answer for that at some point. Rusev is moving on to round 2. Those two will meet in the next round. Big splash from the megastar. Hooks the leg. LA Knight only able to get a 2. Blocked there from Evans. While we've seen Javon Evans more in the cruiserweight division here in the early stages of his open mic universe career, he has had some big matches in his short time. He was a participant back at WrestleMania 3 in the WCW Cruiserweight Gauntlet match. OG Cutter. What an impressive distance. Javon Evans covered there. And LA Knight able to get his shoulder up. Frog splash off the second rope. The athleticism of Javon Evans. We've seen some stuff from him that we have not seen from anyone else. And the sky is literally the limit for him. I have a feeling that he is going to be winning some championships as his career progresses. Right now, he is taking the WCW television champ to the limit. Very impressive performance from Javon Evans here so far. And LA Knight with the catch, kick to the midsection, BFT, rolls Evans over. And LA Knight survives the young OG. And he will move on to round 2 here in the King of the Ring tournament. And he will face the winner from our main event tonight, Randy Orton or Seth Rollins. It's time for our second Queen of the Ring first round match. Out first, Giulia. And her opponent here tonight in round 1 of the Queen of the Ring tournament, Alexa Bliss. Giulia still about a half a year into her Open Mic Universe career, and she has made the most of her time here, debuting back at the Royal Rumble. She would qualify and participate in the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And then she would go on to qualify a month ago for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And here tonight with an opportunity to advance and move on to round 2 in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Action now to the outside. Giulia now back up on the apron, and she is going up top. Alexa now to her feet and back down to the ground. And now Giulia with a little ground and pound on Alexa. And sends Alexa into the steel steps. Gets her up and does it again. Giulia, well, looked like she was going to do it for a third time, but Alexa able to fight her way out. Now Alexa sending Giulia into the steps. And does it again. And sends Giulia into the steps for a third time. These women beating the hell out of each other. Giulia now sent back into the ring. Alexa up to the second rope. Delivers a drop kick. And Alexa with insult to injury, hooks the leg. And Alexa Bliss moves on to round 2, where she will take on Rhea Ripley next week. I am told that Naomi is here. We are going to hear from her when we come back. Everybody wants to know why I did what I did a few weeks ago. Well, you want to know why? Here it is. When I got drafted here to WCW, there was no special introduction. no opportunity to qualify for Money in the Bank, so I took matters into my own hands. And you know what's funny? My new boss, Eric Bischoff, apparently he believes controversy creates cash, and there's no bigger cash match than me versus Jade for the WCW Women's Championship. And then there's Bayley. Bayley, you want in on the fun too? Next week, if you can beat Jade one-on-one, you'll get to be a part of that match at Bash at the Beach. Oh yeah, ladies, one more thing. I'm going to be your referee. Wow, Naomi with a bombshell announcement. Can't wait to see how this thing plays out. But it's time for the main event. Our second and final first round match here in WCW for the King of the Ring tournament. And this is a main event match that could headline any pay-per-view on the calendar. But we get it here tonight on Thunder, the Viper Randy Orton. He will be taking on Seth Freakin Rollins. And Brock Lesnar from behind. Brock Lesnar attacking Seth Rollins. These two met back at Money in the Bank in Brock's return match here in the Open Mic universe. And it did not go well for Seth Rollins as the Beast was victorious. Seth saying he can go. And the Viper, not someone known to show much compassion for his opponent. Rollins says he's good, and the Viper not giving an inch here. Randy, who came up short in the Money in the Bank qualifying match that he had against Cody Rhodes, the man who would go on to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. And here, Randy Orton with a big opportunity to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. And Rollins, our first bit of offense from him, but it doesn't last as Orton belly to belly suplex. Now Randy rolling Seth over, and the Randy Orton stomp is on as he goes all the way around the body of Seth Freakin Rollins, goes for a cover, and somehow Rollins able to get his shoulder up. And this does not look good though. RKO hooks the leg. And Randy Orton, maybe thanks to Brock Lesnar, moving on. And he will take on LA Knight next week in round 2 of the King of the Ring tournament. The first round of both the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments concludes later this week on SmackDown. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.